Hello and welcome to this Project in a Box video session. We're going to be having a look at the new project statement report here that's available on our multi-user platforms. That's Live Edition, Small Team Edition and Enterprise Edition for version 5. So nice simple report designed to give a sort of good overview of the project in one page. We simply come to the reports menu and load it. There's two versions of it. There's a to print one which is for Word and a to view one which is for the browser. We're going to go for the Word version first. And that's going to go through and run into the Word file. It uses a docm type of file here because it's dropping the content in and then it's colouring these statuses based on the contents of the cells. That's using a Word macro to do that. So you get so sometimes it'll come up with a please confirm the macros are okay type of button at the top. So you can just press that. If you don't want to use it as a docm, you can then save it as a docx. You can save it as a PDF, etc. So let's have a little look through here and work out where some of the data is coming from. So the first thing we're going to look at is properties. There's a number of properties being used here. The sponsor, project manager, status, description, commentary, and these process statuses across here. So let's go back into the application and look at those. So we've got the project summary information form, project and stage properties. Here we are. So there are a lot of properties we're collecting, different ones used in different reports and different circumstances. They're not all used in that particular report, but we've got the status, the overall project status, set by the project manager, of course. We've got descriptions and commentaries, and here you'll see if you just type in one line, you can just type it straight into here. If you want a more substantial description and commentary, you can pop out the box and copy and paste or type into those. We have obviously the project manager and sponsor there, and then down here we've got process management. A lot of the projects are now coming through the ideas management process, demand management essentially, and therefore they'll start off as ideas, and these settings here will control how that idea progresses into a project, and then the other processes that are shown have a sort of completeness or proceeding type status associated with them. So those pieces of data just feed the spaces here quite nicely. We've got a set of statuses across the top here, technical statuses as we call them. And these are coming from three different locations, from the planner file for plan risks and issues, from the finances log for finance, and from the benefits log for benefits. So let's go and have a look at a few of those. So I'm going to come in here and find those files. So here's my plan. I'm going to just view it. I'm not going to bother checking it out because we're not making any changes in this case. And this is new planner 5, and you'll see with the new planner 5 it here has this status idea. So we've got status here for plans, for risks and for issues. You click on it and you can set the status and also give a commentary as it happens. You can adjust all three once you've got this form open. And we also are kicking out various of the stats. Again, some of these being used in that particular report. The obvious ones here are plan progress to date. And this is a calculation which is working out where you are with the tasks up to today's date. So you'll see here's today's date, and there must be some tasks behind here that are not complete yet. That's different to the overall percentage complete figure, which is for the project activity as a whole. So there are those two different figures, and in fact they both appear here. We've got a percentage complete and percentage progress to date. So both of those showing in this space here, because to really understand where you are with the plan you need to understand both of those things. How far through the overall plan are we, and is everything to be done by today done by today? We also then are picking out in the dates and the cost sections here some information again from planner. So the cost section in planner is rolling up the costs assigned to the various tasks. We can see that nice and easily if we flip over our planner into a costs view. So if I do that here, you'll see we're collecting costs at the individual tasks, and those are then rolling up to the summaries and rolling up all the way to the top project level here at the top. So the individual tasks, we've got actual cost, fixed cost, resource cost, etc., progress cost, which is based on percentage complete. Those happen at the tasks themselves, and then we've got cumulative ones which are happening at the summaries, and they obviously roll up through the various summaries to the top level. And so the three that we're using in our report are the cumulative total cost, which is, if you like, the budget for the project, the cumulative actual cost, which is what we say we've spent so far, and the cumulative progress cost, which is based on the percentage complete of those various tasks, what should we have spent. So it's bringing those three figures back as project level properties, and we're then feeding those into our report here. Also, we're feeding these dates. Now, obviously, we have an actual start and a predicted finish date, which are coming from the dates on these milestones here, and then we've got a baseline milestone as well. And what's happening is when this plan is read into the system, the system is looking for these particular dated tasks, and it's taking the dates off them. So these particular named tasks, and it's then picking those date values off them, and that's set up for you in the other project property definitions here. So we'll be able to see we've got some that have been read from plan. Here's the first two. It's looking for a task called baseline start, task name baseline start, and it's taking its start date. One called baseline finish, and it's taking its finish date. And then we've got some actual ones down here: actual finish, actual start, etc. So that's happening for you automatically behind the scenes. As long as your plan has those milestones in, they will be showing in the report. If you don't have those milestones in your plan, they won't show in the report. So that's pretty straightforward, really. We're getting those key properties. You may not have been quite clear where they're coming from, but they're coming out of your planner file. And these can also come from Microsoft Project file, of course. If you're using Microsoft Project, you'll have to find another way of creating these. You could create some system project properties to generate them. That would work just as well. Obviously, our plan timeline is coming from our planning data, as is our overdue tasks. So we're not showing the full task list as we do in many of the other reports, or the task list that matches the bars showing on the Gantt, at least. We are instead showing a separate analysis, which is just overdue tasks. So you get a picture roughly of where you are, and then the detail of the overdues. We're also then showing the top 5 issues and risks, which are not closed. We're not showing all the risks and issues, and we're not showing the closed ones, and we're not showing a lot of the columns, and we're not showing responses either. This is just about getting a quick understanding of what's going on. Of course, if you want to drill further in, you can do that. Ordered by severity in this case, and residual risk rating in this case. And then here we've got the benefits register, which is providing this graphic, which is a summary of benefits, into there as well. So let's go and have a quick look at the benefits register. Again, we'll just view it, and this will also pick up where that benefit status was coming from. So we're calculating in our benefits register lots of data, and we have our benefit status here. This is something you can select from the list, and obviously depending on which one you bring, they're sent out as here status. So we've got benefit status as a property loaded into the main system, along with some other values. In other reports we use plenty of these other values. In this particular one we're just reporting the benefit status, and then the detail is being generated here in this benefit summary. So we've got a graphic which has been generated as a number of stats and a table, and that is being converted into an image. So there is an image copy, if you like, of that here, and that's what's then being loaded into that report. So you're getting this graphic loaded through into that space. Obviously the same sort of thing happens with that finance status. We're bringing a status back again from the finance spreadsheet in a similar sort of way to feed that remaining space in the report. Now this all works even straight away on a brand new project. So if we go and look over at a one I created yesterday, and we go and run that report again. Of course, if this is the only report you ever run, you don't need to reselect it. Just press run report, and we get a report coming up. We can see it's obviously exactly the same layout. it hasn't yet got any content for some of these, so the blank template doesn't have any of these statuses selected, and nor these, because we haven't gone through setting up that in the process yet, or in fact any of this other content. Where we do have things, because we've obviously read the planner file in, we've got some of that information here, the timelines, the overdue tasks, the dummy risks and issues, etc. We've got some basic information coming from our benefits and finances sheet. So it's empty, but as soon as you start putting things into your project, they will then feed through automatically. So pretty nice, neat report, and we think you'll find that very useful. To go with this video, there is an example of this report as well, which you can download. We'll put a link for that on the end of the video. Great, thank you very much.